All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being American and YouTube Ronin. And I'd like to welcome you to tonight's episode of Live from Sparkwood and 21, Twin Peaks, Episode 1, Northwest Passage. Now, this is the pilot film that started it all. It does run a little over an hour and a half, so we're going to go ahead and get to it really quickly. Um, we are aware of the situation that's been going on, the connection issues with Twitter, with YouTube, which is apparently down for some people, and we're going to make the best of it. So as of the moment, we seem to be up and running. So what I'm going to do right now, very quickly, is I am going to bring on my fellow panelists. Last call, Troy Pacelli. You are muted, sir.
Sorry about that. My apologies. Yeah, technical
All right.
difficulties all around, aren't they?
Yeah. All right. His better half, Netters Network.
Good evening. I can actually see that Deleted, Boomer, and Troy's channels are live. Mine doesn't appear to be. So.
It is. I am on your YouTube channel, and
Okay.
it is showing live.
Okay.
So you may not be able to see it, but it is up and running. Yeah, it's very confusing. And the feedback I'm getting in Cosme is people are saying it looks great.
Okay.
So
Okay,
evening.
good.
and keep in mind too, we are as always we are multicasting on Deleted Scenes channel, my channel, Netter's channel, and
On the channel of our friend Flappy Apologist, Aged Boomer.
Gone but never forgotten.
that's right.
Remember Flappy.
All right. So, since we are a little pressed for time and we're also concerned about the issues that have been going on and we want to get the entire show in for you, we are going to go ahead and get started right away. So please join us over on Cosme. The link should be at the top of all of our chats, and we will see you over there in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
And one thing I won't skimp out on is the opening, because that's the Flappy scene.
Did you know that Flappy, after this show was off the air, he went and auditioned for Highlander the Raven until he found out there wasn't actually a part for a bird on the show? He was not happy about that. He
Yeah, I
called
was afraid Waldo was going to get the role.
it
So, as I was getting the stream set up earlier today, talk about technical problems and whatnot. I was running into the same problem I was the last time we did this, and that's that the same Blu-ray disc has both the original release, the original broadcast version, which is what we're watching tonight, and the European cut that has the alternate ending. Just a reminder to the audience, the European cut, due to contract reasons, they mandated that it had to have a closed ending so that it could be released as a film in cinema. So that version was out there, and some of those scenes ended up becoming dream sequences in the subsequent episodes. But when I'm trying to move those files over to a thumb drive so I could broadcast them on Cosme, it gets a little wonky, and it takes a long time to copy a file off of a Blu-ray. So I was getting a little bit stressed this evening.
I don't know. I think Joan Chen's performance is a little wooden.
I see
So
that.
compared to what happens, I'm just messing.
That's another thing that we should point out. We are not worrying about spoilers now. This is our second time through on this series, on this what do you call it? This channel, this show, whatever you call it. So we're kind of going on the assumption now that we've all seen Twin Peaks at least once through, and we're going to try to tie together the different elements from throughout the run of the show, all 3 seasons and the movie, and some of the other expanded universe stuff. That was female mallard ducks. I wonder if Flappy was familiar with them.
Yeah, they used to get drunk after the shooting. I'm sorry.
I have no doubt.
And to say very quickly hello to everyone in the chat, Jamie Lynn Simons.
Hi, Jamie.
JPRPH1. Big Al Presents. Connie Cleary. Enigma Severus.
Interesting. Josie Packard, first character we see.
That is true. Interestingly, where she her room where she's supposed to be, that's actually just set up in the same room that the Norwegians meet together, and Sherilyn Fenn has her little talk about how she her friend just died.
I also want to say very quickly hello to Andrea Black, friend of all of our channels, is currently joining us on Cosme. Hello.
And when he was leaving to go out to go fishing, and he touched Catherine's cheek, you could tell he really loves her.
Oh, yeah. And she's completely detached from him.
This is a horrible thing to find on a seashore.
I think this would be terrible no matter
who it was, yes.
Who it was,
yeah.
But the fact that this is somebody that everyone knew and loved in that town makes it so much worse. And he's looking, going, there aren't that many phones in there. There's just the one phone.
And that chair looks more brown than red.
Now, what's interesting is she's dead, wrapped in plastic, and he doesn't ask who, he asks where.
Mm-hmm.
Does Pete know who it is?
That's unclear from what we just saw, right?
Yeah. Well, if he's wise, he doesn't disturb the scene because you have to let the
exactly. And we didn't see that he had.
No,
he just kind of looked, realized it was a body, and the sheriff didn't have to say who. He just needed to know the where
because he'll find out who.
Yeah. Basically, I found a body. Come.
Everybody's dead, Dave.
And gee, the body washed up right where I was last night. Yeah.
Although I have to say that Lucy did get better about being so pedantic.
Yeah.
As the time went on.
You probably would have been better off bringing Hawk to the scene.
Right. So another thing that we're establishing here, Netter pointed out just a second ago how Pete endears himself to you when you see he really cares about his wife. And that is going to cause you to take his side more and more as you realize how crappy she is to him. By the same token, you are very much endeared to Andy here because although you expect him to be professional and a police officer and so on and so forth, you see he's got a very soft heart.
He says every time. Now, am I getting the point that they've found bodies before, or is he just thinking about the future?
No, you get the impression that something happened once before. It may not have been a murder, but there may have been, heck, it could have been as simple as finding a deer carcass or something. Yeah. He is that sensitive a guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I felt that was the first realization of who it was. Nobody knew who it was. The question becomes, well, why did he say she's dead? Who is the she? When you use an indefinite pronoun like that,
you can kind of tell from the shape of the body and the hair that it was a woman.
Yeah.
That's how I took it. He didn't mean she as in Laura specifically.
Yeah.
He meant she as in it's a woman. You know?
Yeah. I think he was kind of in shock too. He was,
right.
He's just trying to get out what he saw and just.
But you also have to remember that the first time through, everyone saw this. You were picking apart everything everyone said, looking for who might be a little suspicious. Now, for us, of course, we see the ceiling fan on. That's the ceiling fan we saw Leland turn on when he. This is her scanning the room, which is the scene that will be reprised in her dream later on when she remembers Bob.
Now,
focus on the even though we don't know why it's important yet, they do. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Do things now look different post Fire Walk with Me? The look of this town and everything. That's, I guess, what I'm trying to point out. Like, is there a post Twin Peaks, post Laura Palmer death Twin Peaks versus a prior? Does it look different? That's what I'm curious.
Yeah, I mean, Laura's house looks completely different. In fact, it is a completely different house.
Oh, well, there you go. That's what's throwing me off.
But I know that's not what you mean.
Well, that's what I was wondering.
I do think that, I mean, figuratively speaking, I do feel like there's a tonal shift in the town after Laura dies. And it gets worse and worse. And we see that going into season 3, how this worse and worse has moved out from Twin Peaks and seems to be engulfing the whole world. Or at least the country. And now, by the same token, you are becoming very much invested in, I almost said Grace, Sarah. You're getting invested in Sarah, who is now worried about her daughter and knows something might be wrong.
All right, first things first.
Wow. Actually, Enigma, we'll talk about it more as we go forward. But Bob was doing this to Laura since she was 14. I think that's the age that she mentioned in Fire Walk with Me. We get a lot of that from The Secret Diary as well. But even before that, he's been tormenting Leland since he was a preteen. He has a whole backstory related to Bob as well. I'm going to share this again. The guy that's doing the interpretation of the Norwegian, he really does speak the language. And he was a guest at one of the Twin Peaks fests we were at. Got to have dinner with him. He's a heck of a nice guy. And he was blown away by the fact that he was a guest at one of these conventions. Why would someone want me? I was like a nobody on the show. I was a background extra. It was a lot of fun, though.
Do you know what I find interesting? I bet the audience is probably like, does he know we can all speak English?
Well,
because a lot of people in Europe are bilingual with English, right? Yes. Or they have some English.
so that room they were just in, if you're facing the lecture directly to the left where he went out, that wall was where they set up Joan Chen with her dressing mirror.
This is another thing where I'm reading this scene, like does he know or does he not know what's happened to Laura?
Hold on to that for a second. I'll comment on that after we get Grace's reaction here. Take this whole scene in.
He hasn't even gotten the news yet, but she knows.
She knows, yeah. Well, a mother always kind of knows, right? And she knew something was wrong. But and we also get the impression that she's known that something bigger is going on with Laura than she's been consciously aware of. And that's it. He drops the phone and she knows. And I told Grace Zabruski when I met her, I said, literally, this scene was what hooked me. You know, to the point that I would, 10, 15, 20 years later, be still rewatching the show, going to, meet and greets and stuff like that. So going back, before I answer that question, I want to ask you, Enigma, you said, where is it? He does not, in other words, he does not remember what happened. You would argue Bob knows, but he doesn't, in your opinion. I'm just curious, before I give my side of my opinion, why you think that. What elements lead you to that?
She knows what's going on.
Of course she does. Well, let's face it. We didn't at first.
Okay, you can tell from the look on her face she knows what's going on.
Yeah. But we don't, if this is the first time you're watching this, you don't get the reveal so that you know what she knows until they get to the car.
I see the chi in the back of his jacket. I keep thinking the chi birds from
exactly
another movie.
What kind of car is Bobby driving?
Oh, I wasn't looking.
This is bugging me now.
Now we know that she knows. And I think that Shelley knows that she knows, based on some stuff from Fire Walk with Me. I think she was just messing around with Bobby there.
And they know something big has to be happening because it's a small town. Nothing ever happens.
I believe it's a Plymouth Barracuda. He only drove it in the pilot. They give him a different car for the rest of the series.
Stage rocket. Pocket rocket.
A pocket rocket. I just made another connection. She just said, he called me last night from Butte.
Do not go to phase 2.
And there he is. Anyone watching this knows, okay, he said he was calling from Butte, but he obviously wasn't in Butte. Later on, you're going to see Lucy have a difficult time understanding when someone is on the other end of a phone or an intercom or whatever, not understanding how she can hear them talking from the other room, and then suddenly they're right there in front of her, and it freaks her out.
Was that a cell phone? Do they have
cell phone in the 3rd season, but intercom in the show? Makes me wonder if there's a bit of a connection there. Okay, so Enigma says the elements on the fact that he has been consistently unknowing on his actions towards Laura, even when Laura accuses him of, SA, her, he was very unaware. So I would say Bob ditched the entire body and did the entire act, and Dad has been clueless.
Okay.
This also plays into Bob continually using Leland as his host. The less the host knows, the easier it is to continue using the host. What were you going to say, Boomer?
No, that makes sense. That's all I was saying.
So I'm going to add on to that a couple things. First, there is, I think, some awareness on Leland's part. Because...
Would it be on a subconscious level, though?
Yes, I think so. I think just like... I keep wanting to say Grace. Just like Sarah clearly knows something and she is actively trying to repress it, I think Leland is in the same situation. But he does have moments of clarity, because we saw during the murder scene in Fire Walk with Me, he says, no, please don't make me do this. Don't make me do this. Like he's pleading with Bob. But I think the trauma of that makes it even more likely that he is repressing that memory. And I would argue that we see more evidence of that in season 2 when Leland, shall we say, leaves the show. Because it's like all of his memories come flooding into him. Like Bob pulls away the repression and floods him with everything that happened. I think you see the same thing happen to Laura, aka Paige. What's her name in the return?
Carrie Page.
Carrie Page. When Carrie Page and Cooper go to the house, and she hears her mother calling her, and she screams. I argue that she's in the same situation. All the memory of the life she had before come flooding back to her all at once. I like that here, like I'm physically here.
the deputy we never see again.
Right.
Ma'am, I'm afraid you're under arrest impersonating Lynn Shay. Oh, crap. All right.
She knows.
He knows.
She knows, yeah.
Yeah.
Da-da. Da-da.
Now,
Da-da.
what's interesting is James, when he shows up at school, he's acting all, is Laura here, normal, but they had that big emotional scene the night before, and part of me wonders, did it mean the same for him as it did for Laura in that scene that we saw in Fire Walk with Me?
Exactly. That's exactly right. Plus, remember, he last saw her at Sparkwood in 21 when she got off the bike.
Yes.
So he doesn't really know what happened. He would argue against that. We have these circumstances in real life as well when we dream or reimagine instances towards a person in our lives, and we can't quite put our finger on why we would hold a grudge or why we are not feeling comfortable around specific people. People indicate a lot of nonverbal cues that the body does not forget. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah, I agree with you. Enigma, is it that you are not able to access any YouTube right now? Oh well, if that's the case, you can't even hear me. There's a whole lot more here too, because, and honestly, some of this I'm just thinking of for the first time. Before Fire Walk with Me, and before reading Laura Palmer's diary, you don't know what's happened the night before this. So as far as you know, he's just reacting to his girlfriend is missing and he's a suspect. But remember, he killed one of the police officers from Deer Meadow a couple nights ago. That he's involved in a drug running. So he's got a lot of reason to suspect there's a lot going on here. In fact, he probably thinks it's all related to that.
Troy Evans.
Oh.
Well, I was hoping we'd be in more of this, but sadly
Enigma
no.
says, I hear you, and I'm on your channels. YouTube homepage is having issues, and Sashi is, in his country, is having the same thing. It's some weird issues. Yeah, I noticed that too. I can't get to the main homepage, but I can get to, all of my videos. I can get to videos from my notifications and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the homepage right now either. No.
It's something else that would only happen in a small town.
Yeah. See, again, every character in this first episode makes you care about them.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're hooked, that's why I love this show so much. You still don't even know who these characters are and how they're related to each other, and you are so hooked. Sasha
Now,
made mention of it in a live stream. Nate's having the same problem on YouTube.
so
And you also get the impression she was very well known in the town
Mm-hmm.
and very much liked.
I want to point out that we just saw two different pictures from the same photo shoot. The one that's in the case and the one that's on the table there are two different shots. Interestingly, the one that's on the table there is in the case in Fire Walk with Me.
So, for many people who maybe got introduced to the show, we didn't have access to the pilot for a while, though. So,
On physical media, no.
yeah.
It was originally released here in the United States on VHS, as the international movie.
Right.
And then when the first season was released on VHS, it did not include the pilot at all. So the best you could do was watch the international version, and you had to be aware of the fact that you had to pretty much stop at a very specific point to know what the story really was, and not get confused by the extra footage. The fan is still on.
I like that picture. It's behind her head.
Yeah. I always speculated that was one of her headshots for... No, it can't, because it's got a background on it.
It could still be a headshot for something.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's a murder investigation, dude.
Well, but he's a grieving father. I thought that Hawk handled that just perfectly,
Oh, what's this?
Yep. I do feel like the sheriff and the deputies are very respectful. But legally speaking, once you invite them into your house and they're doing a murder investigation, they kind of have the right to, look through just about anything and take whatever they feel is appropriate as part of their investigation. When Laura screamed at Bobby that she loved him, it was James. It was James that she screamed, "I love you, James." That was heartbreaking for me because she was surrendering to her other personality, who was going. Oh gosh, it's bouncing and I can't see it fast enough. She is surrendering to her other personality, who was going to her own doom, which means that Laura herself did not want to go through with the other personality was forcing her to do. No, I think the other personality was Bob's influence. And the part that was Laura was the part that was fighting against it, preparing to die, didn't want to burden James. It was very self-sacrificial.
There are those 2x4s.
2x4, 4x8.
Didn't you say that scene was like just an ad lib in there?
No, the scene where he has that argument with the person about 2x4s was. I don't know to what degree it was ad libbed. It wasn't in the script, so it was made up, like kind of on the spot. And And Tim is watching on his phone because he can't watch both on his phone since YouTube is down. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I wish I knew what was going on with YouTube, but I appreciate that you guys are sticking with us. Oh, and Connie said she talked to Dino about it. No, it's not just you, Andrea. It's platform wide, it seems.
Ooh.
She doesn't even know this guy, and she's just being a brat.
Yep.
And here's the thing that also stands out to me. She's really a newcomer to the town, yet even she knows Laura Palmer is affected by her.
I get the impression that she has a much bigger story that we don't really get, even from some of the expanded stuff, like the books and whatnot. I think she has a very parallel story to Laura.
All right.
That switching post that he was just at was still there when we were on the bridge, even though they had removed the tracks.
All right.
Of course, that was now going on almost 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago. I don't think the bridge is there anymore. And again, this isn't a real gas station. Never was. Those are just put there for the show.
Okay, can everybody hear me okay?
I can hear you.
I can hear you fine, yeah.
All right, I had an issue on my end. I'm back up now. Okay.
Lady Miss says it just came back up, and so did Enigma.
All right, let me see.
Talking about YouTube, that is.
Hey, good.
Tim mentioned
Cool.
it too.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right, I got the homepage back as well here, guys. Okay. Good. Okay.
Whoa. Some exhaust coming off that thing.
Now he remembers the amount, but he had to take out the receipt to know the name of the place.
Yep. And by the way, note that it was the 24th of February. That's coming up next week.
Boy, purchasing power back then. Right?
Yep. Yep.
$6 for all that. Let me tell you something. Agent Cooper wanted to go back into the Black Lodge when he discovered the price of coffee now. He went to Starbucks and said, no, this is worse.
Enigma says, deleted when Sashi said we still had 10 months for Hollywood to fail us. I was wanting to make the joke, this is the worst movie ever. And Homer Simpson shows up, nuh-uh, the worst movie ever so far. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, well.
You also realize why the initial thought was for him to have had the problem with the guys over in Deer Meadows, because that kind of sets up this dynamic too. But I suppose it works just as well if he had heard about it, right?
And it could also mean that locals, just in general in the FBI, they can sometimes give you trouble.
Oh, yes, absolutely true. It doesn't even have to be related to that. You're right.
It would happen on the X-Files a lot. They'd show up.
Yes.
We don't know. I think you guys are dumb. Why don't you get out of here? You know.
Yeah.
And sometimes they'd run into people that were fine with them being there. They were supportive, but it was.
And you get the distinct impression from their dynamic here that Harry is genuine when he says, "I'm glad you're here. We know we're out of our depth." Right.
I also think, frankly speaking, I think everyone in this town is a little too close to Laura Palmer, and that they need an outsider to do the investigating.
I think he realizes that too.
Yes.
But at the same time, he's not afraid to be the one that says, "Wait a minute, you may be in charge, but you didn't know Laura Palmer. You don't know these people. That's what I'm here for." It does come off as that captain first officer kind of dynamic if you do it, in a Star Trek sort of perspective. Or, better yet, Holmes and Watson. You see it very clearly that Harry has no problem falling into the Dr. Watson role.
Here's a question I hadn't really considered before. They have the FBI in because now it goes over
state lines.
Yes. So does that mean that the bridge that Ronette, is that who that is? Mm-hmm. Came over means the other side of that is now Canada? And so when she crosses back over, she's in the U.S.?
Yeah, maybe.
Wait a minute. Let me take a look at something.
I mean, as far as the logistics for the show is concerned.
Right. See, because it's the northeast corner of the state, I was never, yes, it does go into Canada, because we know that, they're up at least near where One-Eyed Jacks is. But I always assumed that when he said cross state lines, he meant Montana, because Montana, Washington, and Canada, there's the T there.
Because I know that they were dealing with stuff in Canada, my mind automatically went to Canada. So either way is across the bridge, another state, because you can do that in a lot of places where it's like, I step over here, I'm in this state, I step over here.
It's not only that, though. Well, they went back and forth to Canada all the time. We know that. There's another element that Harry wouldn't know yet. He's going to find out soon. But the whole thing with Teresa Banks, which they suspect is connected, happened in Oregon. So it's across state lines.
What does he have in his ear?
A cork.
Look at the look on Dale Cooper. Dale will get serious when the time calls for it. He was not impressed by all that.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Why would you want to see her?
That guy's a psychiatrist. I have my suspicion that the doc was a bit enhanced at that moment.
I thought you were going to say he was smitten with Laura. But
we know that. But in that moment, I think he was self-medicated. Let's put it that way. Don't watch.
It just looks painful. I mean, I realize it's not a real hand, but...
It is a real hand. He's not really sliding it under. He slides his hands up the tweezers. The RCMP do get involved in a later case, Tim, when it's definitely Canada involved.
That's an old school gas station.
Yippers.
So when he said don't go to Sam, do you think he meant Sam Stanley?
I know he says Sam, and I think Sam Wainwright.
Yeehaw. There is no R in Twin Peaks. No, but there is in the name Robert. That's the name that's being spelled out.
People hugged a lot back then.
Yeah, they still do in some places.
I love hugs. Is she supposed to be dating one of either?
She's dating him. Yeah.
Not for long. He's a jerk.
I have so much cognitive dissonance over that because in real life he's a heck of a nice guy. He was probably one of the nicest people that I met involved in this show.
Well, Tim, the Canadians do get involved eventually.
Yep.
Oh, he just broke open
Yeah.
the diary.
He ran out of bobby pins.
Yes.
Best vegetable.
It's amazing how these details line up It was very clear when they did Fire Walk with Me. They made sure that everything was on point, right down to the asparagus. We see it on her plate. You ever been surprised before? Another thing I want to remind everybody about from Fire Walk with Me was he had that conversation with Albert where he was visualizing the next victim of Bob, who he didn't know was Bob at the time, as if he was seeing Laura in his mind's eye. So it's like he knows more about Laura than you would expect him to. I like that she says, "Are you okay, sweetie?" rather than, "Oh, you want me to lie for you?"
Well, I don't know if they're having the fight yet at this point, are they?
No, they're not. They're not.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Ah,
Yeah.
the lawyer's saying be
Exactly.
respectful when they ask you a
Exactly.
question.
And you answered. Yeah. Now, this is a bit of a, I feel like this is a bit of a Holmes tactic here, right? He plays this footage for him. He watches his reaction.
Brigandage.
First, we need to know about the skipping and the hopscotching. Yes.
Who leaked that?
Let him go and then follow him.
Makes sense, actually, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Boy, she must not
It's
be.
very clear what he's doing. He's already got all the information he wants from Bobby. Now he's giving him some information so that he can use Bobby.
Ah, yes, the chaos engine that is Audrey Horne.
Yes. Okay, that was a dumb thing to say.
And instead of putting the rag over the hole,
Right,
she makes it go all over the
Right.
desk.
see that cabinet right there. That's where she was sitting, and the mirror was put in behind where that the candles are right now.
So the Swedish guy, is he the or Norwegian? Is he the only one there that's actually spoke Norwegian?
No, because the interpreter is now sitting in the front row. So the one who's currently speaking now was coached by him.
Right, but does anybody else in that room actually speak Norwegian?
Probably
The
not. No.
actors.
Now tell me she doesn't remind you of so many people that you see posting on social media these days.
Yep.
Someone else had a tragedy, but
It's
look
all-
at me, how it affects me, you know?
It's all about you. That was a joke I heard on a Let's Play of King's Quest V. I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
You know she hears more than she lets on.
Oh, yes, she does.
Yeah, because there's another scene where people are talking and she's typing as they're talking.
Uh-huh. You notice the truck there, parked there so that you don't see the sawmill across the way.
Yeah.
Actually, she knows it's more serious than that. The sympathetic piano is playing. Please tell us. Yeah, Laura Palmer's theme.
We'll talk again. When? Season 2. Really? Go on. Sum up.
That took the wind out of her sails. Pretty good freeze frame. I can't do that when I'm trying to find a specific frame.
Yeah, it's like you could have let her have her moment, you know?
I know, right?
She was doing something really clever.
From a real world perspective, this specific scene probably bothers me the most because that beautiful, natural looking outlook has been completely paved over.
She's a little too pleased with herself.
She doesn't seem to realize that she just cost her father millions.
It's a lot deeper than that. She's looking for attention. She's looking for, whatever. She's also very jealous of all the attention that her father gave to Laura. Remember, we just established in Fire Walk with Me, he had a picture of Laura on his desk, but neither of his kids nor his wife.
Gruesome scene.
Mm-hmm.
He's nothing if not precise.
So it's not unlike the little mound that Chet Desmond found the ring on at the trailer park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nate, she is a brat, but that's what gives her a great opportunity to have a good development arc. Also, she has a brother with special needs, which also means she doesn't get like any attention. I kind of know what that's like.
plays Mrs. Horn? Hold on.
I love that. It's just you get the impression that he's a very patient man. He didn't get snarky with her when he really could have. That's a lot of Girl Scout cookies. Well, that powdered sugar, it's powerful. And there's a J. Yeah, my favorite scene with him is the wrestling later on. When you do this, my arm, it hurts. I like starting position. Yeah. Turn it off because I know what happened and don't want to hear about it. Oh my gosh, I remember the outcome of this. Yeah, exactly.
Gas farm, really?
Yeah.
Okay, why doesn't she leave him?
Because she's afraid of him. She's literally in an abusive relationship.
Yes, I know. That's why she should leave.
Sweetheart, people say that all the time to women that can't escape.
Plus, he is a nasty criminal, too.
Yeah.
I don't think she knows that.
Well, she'll be finding out soon enough. Yep. What?
Hey.
I agree with you, Nate, but I've seen this too many, not Twin Peaks. I've seen situations of women in abusive relationships. Everyone always says that to them, and they always find themselves unable to. And even when they do manage to leave the abusive relationship, they oftentimes end up in another one. Actually, I have a theory that there might have been a victim before Teresa. At least one.
Shouldn't there be an age limit to the mayor position?
Sparkwood in 21.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But like I said, in the real world, that intersection does not have a
light.
A light that was put in specifically for the show.
Wait, Doc, it gets much, much worse.
There probably wouldn't have been a host before Leland for Bob. Bob probably entered the world on July 16th of 1945 at 5:30 a.m. when the Trinity experiment happened.
One of the two sisters.
Yep.
Which kind of makes you wonder where Alicia Witt is when all this is going
on. She was the youngest of the sisters, right?
Yeah.
She's probably already asleep.
Excuse me.
That is a sweet interaction between them.
Hear that? It's a poet. Look at this.
Nate raises a good question. Do we ever see this sister again? I don't think we do we?
I think maybe one other time.
Maybe at the dinner when Alicia Witt plays the piano.
Yeah, I think so.
Here comes drunk athlete. It reminds me of that bit from If You Could See What I Hear. Wait a minute. The blind guy was driving? He was the only one who was sober. Malcontents, they're miscreants.
Okay. Stop throwing your trash on the block.
I did not understand what he was doing until the first time I got drunk. Then I was like, oh, I get it now.
Funny.
Nice covering for her sister.
What is she going to say? She's clearly not in the house.
Yeah, we all ran to the roadhouse. Amazing.
I've got one of those headsets.
Here's the song.
RESPACT. Oh, wait.
Oh, she wants to leave Hank. It's not quite the same as the situation Shelley's in. But just like Ed, she feels a certain responsibility to the spouse.
Well, he's in jail.
And she's, under those circumstances, she's thinking maybe she could divorce him. But then when he gets out, she kind of gets roped into, I have to, give him a job, give him a chance to start a new life. Maybe then I can. And it's always something else. It's always something else. They're always putting other people in front of themselves. It's a different kind of situation. It's like being too unselfish, and maybe sometimes you just gotta say, you know what, no, I gotta do what's right for me at least once. Mutton Jeff.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ed, step in.
Fight, fight, fight.
Harry, you're all right.
Harry knows.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile,
It's like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, but in real life.
Kind of, yeah. Give me a donut.
Who doesn't like a donut, huh?
I know. I know.
Even a plain cake donut is still good.
Yup.
Especially with a cup of coffee. Come on.
That's one thing I've never tried to make is a donut.
Where's Cooper from, DC?
I think he's out of the Philadelphia office.
Oh, okay.
I love this conversation because it all fits so well with Fire Walk with Me. They said the thing.
roll credits.
This is the kind of thing I mean. They described a scene here, and then they literally actually showed us that scene in Fire Walk with Me. Oops.
but they accidentally kissed.
And that, kids, is how I met your mother.
Your mother.
Bury it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a simple plan.
Boom.
No one buries anything deep in this
Right.
in this town, do they? It's like,
Well, they just buried that locket better than Bobby buried the body.
Bobby didn't. He just threw some dirt over it and said, "I'm done."
Uh-huh. By the way, as far as real world shooting locations go, not, what we saw in the show, that's actually less than throwing distance from where that scene was shot with Bobby shooting the Deer Park guy.
You know, I can't get enough of those two in the car like this, right? What do you think?
I don't know.
I think it's funny. I think it's funny. Just I don't know. It's just it was on the bike. He'll do. It's a funny thing, whenever there's been a murder, no one ever did anything to anybody. I'm sorry.
Where's her bicycle?
Really? No.
What's funny is where this takes place, where these bars are set up and the sheriff's station are like miles apart in the real world.
Uh-oh.
I'd be like, I'm really having a hard time being afraid of somebody who's locked in a cell that can't get at me.
Okay, I'll take one of the powdered ones. I don't know what those ones are at the far end are. Those beer claws, kind
They
of.
might be, yeah.
Could be. Yeah.
Oh, she's got the coconut ones there. I'll
Yep.
take one of those.
I like glazed ones myself.
These closer ones are either glazed or apple fritters.
Glazed, you can heat up a little bit in the oven. They come out real nice.
Oh yeah.
Or they might be both. I think the ones that are just the two by themselves, this, to the far left, I think those are apple fritter. And then actually, they're kind of lumpy. I think those are all apple fritter.
TARDIS, extra ammo, lightsaber.
I know. It's like, I want donuts. They got other stuff that they were mentioning.
Sure, it's getting me a rate.
What?
Just close that. Oh, shush.
Jim Henson's Willem Dafoe babies.
Yeah, right?
I just want to go on the record right now as saying that I think this Judge Dredd prequel is weird.
Yes.
Oh, wait. You should be. You should be. Mm.
This is a bad house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The editing on that is really good too, because it makes you think that she's aware of someone picking up the locket when in reality they're not directly related.
Cool.
Okay, guys, I'm past time, so I'm going to bail.
All right. Catch you later.
I will talk to you guys offline about next week. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.
Take care,
Good night.
everyone. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. So that was our introduction into the world of Twin Peaks as of 1990.
And we have a credit sequence we're going to have to get used to.
Yes. Because even though CBS has the video rights, or at least did at the time, this was actually on ABC.
Oh, that's right. It's
Yes.
weird how that works out, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, the networks have definitely changed hands a few times.
Like NBC used to have Star Trek, but then it's really owned by Paramount, CBS, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, cool.
All right. So, seeing as you are our walking encyclopedia on Flappy, what did you think of Flappy's performance in tonight's episode?
It's very good. You know, he had to do that same stance every time we see him in the intro. That's an original take. David Lynch shot him original takes each time. He didn't just reuse the same one over and over again. That's what people seem to forget about this. So yeah, he's a proud bird. A proud thrush, and I respect him. And we will learn more about Flappy. I might be covering what happened to him after. Man, he got rocky road after the show ended. I have
It's
to tell
quite
you,
a story. Yeah.
it's really depressing. Actually, no, I'm kidding. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
All right. Well, I would like to thank everyone who joined us, who were able to stay with us through the entire broadcast. Apparently, YouTube is back up and running. I don't know about the Twitter situation, if that's still a thing or what, but yeah, it's been an interesting past couple of days. Um,
Yes.
and the fact that this YouTube outage seems to have been a worldwide thing, I'm starting to wonder what more might be in store. All right, Boomer, what do you have coming up?
Oh, I'll be on Friday night, last call with Troy Pacelli, who was just on with us, and we'll be having another AI stream where we discuss the latest AI shenanigans in the entertainment and tech industries. We'll probably be discussing that Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise fight that didn't really happen, but it was still filmed, I guess, or made up filmed. Yes.
Yep. All right. As for myself, right after Troy and Netter have completed their Sherlock Holmes broadcast, I'm going to do a quick unboxing. Have a pretty good idea what it might be, and let's put it this way: by the end of the night, I might have 5 copies of something.
Oh wow.
Long
Okay.
story.
All right.
Okay, so there'll be that Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. I will once again be joining Outlaw Bill for Action Theater, and this week's movie is Mel Gibson's Apocalypto. And later on that night, right after, of course, Netter has Thursday Things at 10 p.m. And right after that broadcast has completed, head on over to my channel for coming attractions. Well, I'll be letting everybody know what I'll be up to for next week. Up to and including my appearance on Western Cinema Presents. Again, also hosted by Outlaw Bill.
Cool.
And this week's movie from 1966, Arizona Cult.
Oh.
Which is a kind of a cult classic spaghetti western.
Is it a cult classic?
No, it's a cult classic.
Okay, I'm just saying. Okay.
All right. Starring no one I've heard of.
It might be good. I don't know.
It actually looks like it might be. It actually is a movie available on YouTube, and it has several different versions. But we are going to be watching the 113-minute cut, which seems to be the definitive version. So,
Cool.
stay tuned for that. All right. I do want to thank everybody once again who joined us both here in the live chat and on Cosme. Stay on the Cosme channel, and you will get the next episode of the return of Sherlock Holmes, which is a season 2 of the Grenada television version with Jeremy Brett. And this week's episode is the Priory School. And,
Cool.
So we'll be in the chat for that. All right, Boomer, any last words before we wrap it up?
Nothing. I'm looking forward to rewatching this again, and we will, we will include spoilers. Like I said, this is more like a deep dive this time around. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we uncover. Sounds good.
Right. So as that's correct, we are going to go into full spoilers this time around. A good way to watch this ahead of time without the spoilers, of course, you can get one of the physical copies.
Yep.
And also, the show is available on Paramount Plus.
Yes.
So if you have that,
it's all on there.
There you go. All right. So Sherlock Holmes is about to start. I can hear it already. So
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and wrap it up here from HQ, the corner of Sparkwood and 21, and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy, because this is how we win.